Again, depending on the exchange, maybe it's a little different on different exchanges, but that's something I'm keeping an eye on because that affects the ability for the weekly to confirm. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but right now, it's incredible. Bitcoin, there's no doubt about it. It's got those animal spirits a la NVIDIA before that big reversal that we saw. I want to see how high this goes. I have a level around 75,000 or so that could be your next target range. But again, we're talking about a chart that is rocking and rolling here as we see that spot ETF demand continuing to push it.
In this video, Gareth Soloway will delve into the possibility of Bitcoin reaching the $75,000 mark soon. He'll analyze the insights gained from the weekly close to decipher Bitcoin's next move. Are we witnessing the cryptocurrency gearing up for a significant breakthrough? Gareth, a seasoned trader, will also share his strategies on managing short positions amidst volatility. Join us for this insightful interview as we explore these topics and more with Gareth. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
We have Ethereum pushing above 4,000 here. The level on Ethereum to watch now, right, so is this pivot top right here. All right, you have these two major areas, these zones. And again, this one right here and this one, as we push above 4,000, that's assuming we don't reverse today and close back below 4,000. That would be significant. But if we do push up, $4,370 is this first level right here. Just to post that on the chart, that would be right around this zone here. And then if we continue up, obviously your big zone here would be all the way up here around that 40, what was that? Around 45,000, just around that 5,000 even number. Now, the only thing I will mention here, guys, for those of you that know the methodology, there is something called a time count. If you look at charts, there's a tendency for them to move in sevens. And again, I'm not going to go into more depth than that because it gets a lot more complicated with cycle work and all this other stuff. But ultimately, if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going up. Now, you could count this little tiny one, but I usually don't count that one. But we are coming into a 7 count right here. And I wonder if we're going to pop up into that 43 and change and then get a retrace back down. Now, again, ultimately, as long as these things maintain their uptrend, and you can look at these trend lines, something like that, as long as you don't break below this zone, then you look to buy those levels, right? Buy any pullback. Like if this thing pulled back to 3,000, 2,700 area, you would be a buyer since the uptrend continues to be holding strong.
The Ethereum price exhibited a bullish trend, closing at $453 despite dipping to a low of $3,800. Oscillators indicated a mixed sentiment, while moving averages strongly favored buyers. With a trading volume of $27.5 billion, the digital currency demonstrated robust performance.
What are we seeing here? This is Bitcoin pushing back up. So we see this is very important, guys. So again, this is your weekly chart on Bitcoin. What we're watching to see on Bitcoin. So yesterday, we did not close on the weekly, at least per the data I was looking at, above this previous high. So that was something I was very keen on watching, is that the weekly again closed right here, right at that or just below that pivot top. Now, again, depending on the exchange, maybe it's a little different on different exchanges, but that's something I'm keeping an eye on because that affects the ability for the weekly to confirm. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but right now, it's incredible. Bitcoin, there's no doubt about it. It's got those animal spirits a la NVIDIA before that big reversal that we saw. I want to see how high this goes. I have a level around 75,000 or so that could be your next target range. But again, we're talking about a chart that is rocking and rolling here as we see that spot ETF demand continuing to push in. Now, again, I'm still holding my short. Granted, it's a small percentage of my overall portfolio, but I'm waiting to see what happens here over the next few days. And of course, guys, I'm going to keep it transparent. I'll let you know if I exit that trade or if I stay in that trade, as I always do with you guys.
Bitcoin's value surged to $71,400, reaching a historic peak, while Ethereum also achieved a milestone by surpassing $4,000. The cryptocurrency sphere is abuzz with excitement as Bitcoin's price rose by 2.62% within just 24 hours. Over the past week, Bitcoin's value surged by over 10%, and an impressive 47% over the last month. On April 20th, the Bitcoin halving event will reduce mining rewards from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoin, potentially affecting its value. The introduction of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US has attracted significant institutional investment, with these ETFs now holding over 4% of Bitcoin's total supply. Bitcoin whales remain steadfast, with the number of addresses holding at least 1,000 Bitcoin rising to 217, indicating strong confidence in Bitcoin's future. Scott Noer, renowned as the Wolf of all streets, predicts a substantial bull run for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, suggesting we are at the dawn of a major uptrend, particularly as Bitcoin's price recently reached new highs.
Madic's on my radar for a potential short here. Again, not yet, but we can see very clearly there's a key trend line right here, connected to here, which comes in around 135. So again, we're at 122. It's had an awesome move up. Remember, folks, I have nothing against Madic. I couldn't care less what it does, just like I don't care what anything does. A lot of you guys are heartfelt maxis. That's awesome. You guys have a bigger time frame than me. I'm a trader, so I'm in, I'm out. I'm going to lose some, I'm going to win some. That's just the nature of what I do. So when I talk about shorting Madic, it doesn't mean I don't like Madic. Honestly, I don't even really know what Madic does. I'm a chart trader, and so that's all I do. So I look at the chart right there. I say, okay, if it goes straight up there in the next couple days, we look for a pullback. I'll make 10, 20% on it and then exit the trade, then let it do whatever it wants to do after that. All right, so again, 135 on Madic.
The United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority announced its non-objection to requests from recognized investment exchanges to launch crypto-backed exchange-traded notes. These ETNs will exclusively target professional investors, such as regulated investment firms. A proposal aimed at supporting the legal defense of the developers of Tornado Cash, an Ethereum-based mixing platform, was withdrawn by the Arbitrum community due to apparent legal concerns. Devin Mehta, the lead of the Arbitrum Treasury Working Group, criticized the decision, asserting that there was no wrongdoing in financing the legal defense of an accused individual.
As we see, gold is basically stalled out today. I want to just show you guys one thing here. All right, let me just show you here. I want to just explain to you what I was just kind of talking about on that same chart of Bitcoin, on Ethereum, right? So remember the time count I was just talking about? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're starting to stall out right there. And so it's just something that again, when you trade for almost 25 years now, I think in this next year, it'll be 25 years since I started trading at the end of this year, you start to notice certain things. And again, it doesn't mean it always works, but you just try to get the probability slightly in your favor so that you can have a winning ratio, right? Again, win 7, 8 times out of every 10, you're in the Hall of Fame, essentially. So again, gold, I'm expecting a little bit of a check back here. Be interesting to see tomorrow on the CPI data. If it comes back to here, this is your buy zone. That would be a major technical support. Obviously, it's a retrace to what I call the scene of the crime.
For more daily dose crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.